He was the first Aboriginal fighter to win a world title. He even scored a few big hits in the music charts. Many people are talking today about the life and times of the boxer Lionel Rose. Tim Callanan takes a look back at the life of the former world champion and Australian of the Year.
Lionel Rose was born in the small Aboriginal settlement of Jackson's Track near Warragul in Victoria. He learned boxing from his father, who spent time in a tent boxing troupe in the 1940s. Rose made history in 1968, becoming the first Indigenous Australian to win a world title, taking 15 rounds to defeat Japan's Masahiko Fighting Harada in Tokyo. A massive crowd greeted the 19-year-old Rose on his return to Melbourne with the world title.
To come back home and have a couple of 100,000 people pour in the streets, and never seen that before, and I don't think we'll ever see it again.
Later that year, he made more history as the first Aboriginal to be named Australian of the Year. He retired from boxing in 1975 with a record of 42 wins and 11 losses.
Probably the best Australian fighter ever, and hopefully he set the bar.
Lionel Rose's talents weren't restricted to boxing. He scored top 10 hits as a country music singer and even befriended Elvis Presley. His time away from the spotlight wasn't easy. He battled alcoholism and spent time in jail for petty crime. A stroke in 2007 left Rose with impaired movement and speech. More than 40 years after his world title, a life-sized statue of the fighter was unveiled in Warragul, where he spent much of his youth. An enduring reminder of the remarkable achievements of the kid from Jackson's Track. Tim Callanan, ABC News.
Let's go now to sporting great Tony Mundine, who says the whole boxing fraternity is in mourning today.
It is a very sad day for all the people in Australia who was involved with boxing, or even not in boxing. He was a great fighter, great guy, and what can we say, you know? He's just one of those very sad time that we lost today, yesterday.
So, in the scale of things, just how good was Lionel Rose in your view?
I think he's one of the greatest fighters ever produced from Australia. I think really one of the greatest.
But what was he like as a person?
Well, Lionel is a happy guy and pretty. He liked to be able to joke around, muck around, and he's one of the guys that he's always happy and plenty of life in him. And just one of the things. It's very sad that what happened.
Lionel Rose will be remembered not just for his sporting achievements, but also as a role model for Indigenous Australians. Can you tell me a little about that?
Oh yeah, I think every Aboriginal person around Australia who know Lionel Rose know he's a great guy, and he always come and talk to all the young kids around Australia. And because myself and Lionel went for a tour from Kununurra down to Perth one year, and we had a great time together, and he was a great guy to talk to the kids and give them a bit of spirit and a bit of lift in life.
Of course, you work with a lot of Indigenous kids in your gym in Redfern in inner Sydney. Is he still an inspiration to those young people?
Oh, he was for I think every community around Australia. I think no matter black and white, he's just one of those things that he had that magic touch of him that he can open eyes for a lot of people and a lot of kids.
How do you think Lionel Rose will be remembered?
Well, I think he's remembered for his great achievement in Tokyo in '68, or winning a world title. I think he was a great fight, and I think all of Australia was all proud of him when he came back.
Tony Mundine, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.